morning, everyone. I want to talk about making a good first impression. Whether you're dating, whether you're in business, or whether you're looking for a job, it is the key to your success. So I want to help you out here. And I want to start by saying people get really caught up in what they're saying, but only 7% of a first impression comes from your words. 93% comes from your body language, comes from what you wear, and comes from your confidence. And I want to say that as humans, we're incredibly complex creatures. So, what happens from the cavemen days, when we would meet someone, we had to very quickly assess whether they were safe or not safe. So, all of our senses, when we meet a new person, will be doing that. They'll be looking at what they say and what they do matches. And it's all done at a subconscious level, but that's where that impression comes from. So it's often not what you say. And you hear it's the vibe or it's the energy they give off. And that is so true. And it's not a woo-woo thing. It really is quite scientific in how our body it keeps us safe in an embodied way when we meet someone. So what I find is, when people say if you were going for a job and you're so desperate to get that job, you often don't get it because the vibe you're giving out is not someone that's capable of doing the job. If you're a business owner and you're trying to get new business with desperate energy, people don't feel like you can deliver, so you also won't get the job. The same applies when it comes to dating. And what I'm going to do, because dating is my area, I'm going to give you a couple of examples. And they are related to men and women, and both do it, but both seem to do it in a different way. So I'm going to start with the guys. A lot of guys will go, I'm the nice guy. Why don't women recognize that? And say they've come to an event and afterwards they've not got the success that they want. And I'll get the email or the phone call where the guy's quite upset and going, I don't understand what women want. It must be that they want money. It must be that they like the asshole, not the nice guy. But when the guy is showing up, he hasn't shown his nice guy side to the woman. Often he's coming with this, he's really angry that he's been rejected by all of these women. And that's how he's coming across because he's protecting himself because it's really tough to be rejected that much. So he's protecting himself from more rejection in the energy that he's putting out. He is also often a little bit too needy and desperate for the validation, and the other person can sense that, and it doesn't work for them because as women, we'll often choose the confident guy, and confidence matters more than anything else. Because if you're confident, our primal need is to stay safe, even though it's a different world. If you're confident in yourself, you can keep us safe. So that's one of the things that we need. And if we sense that you're not, it just turns us off. And a lot of this is subconscious, okay? So for the guy, the biggest thing that he can do is work on his confidence. And I've said this in some previous videos, repetition is the key. So if your muscle memory comes from 300 to 500 repetitions, for a change of habit, it's 3,000 to 5,000 repetitions. And I give people techniques of what they can do to build that into their daily routine to become more confident, and it's quite powerful. The other thing that guys can often do is they'll talk at women and use it as a shield because no one can reject you if you're talking too much. Okay, so now we're going to move on to the women. Now, women often have their walls up, and they have it up for two reasons. Now, as women, when we're too nice to someone, guys often get the impression that we're interested. And it's not the case. Often we just like being nice and being friendly. So for some women, it's been uncomfortable to be nice and friendly to the wrong guy because then they'll ask for the number, they'll hit on them. And it really is an uncomfortable feeling to reject anyone. And guys, we don't like doing it as women. So for some girls, ladies, you'll put your walls up. You'll make it incredibly hard for a guy to talk to you. And I'm going to show you how that feels. Okay, so if you're talking to me and I'm making eye contact and I'm smiling and I'm being friendly and I'm enjoying your company, it feels nice for you to talk to me. Or I can have this where I'm looking away. Look again. I'm not smiling at you. I'm looking grumpy. You feel judged. You feel, if you look at me and I'm like, it's not very nice. Whereas if I'm like this, the guy will choose the woman he feels nice around rather than the one he feels judged. So for a lot of guys, they've been feeling like they can't measure up, that they're not good enough, and that doesn't feel good for them. So being friendly, you can still stay you can still stay safe, right? So sometimes the energy, you're repelling everyone, you're keeping out, you might keep out the guys that you don't want, but you're also keeping out the guys that you do want, because that unconscious wall is there, and that's what the guy is feeling, and it doesn't feel good to him. So when you're making that first impression, a lot of it is coming from how you feel about yourself and your beliefs, not what you're saying. So that's why it's so important to change that, whether it's business, whether it's looking for a job or looking for a date. That's enough from me today. I hope you enjoy whatever you're doing today. Thank you. Bye.